Can you feel the pressure? Tell you all about it inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're enjoying the channel and the series. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below. Check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. So in this video I'm talking about how to manage your tyres and tyre pressures. Now, on my other bikes, the last couple of bikes, I've used tyre pressure monitoring systems. Now with Harley Davidson, with the Taurus right now, they're offering the RDRS, and part of that RDRS package is to include the tyre pressure monitoring system, but obviously they don't offer this as a standard package. Now I've sort of inquired, well, can you actually just fit one to a Softail? And you can, they're easy, you can just buy one, and that's exactly what I've done. So I'm just going to quickly open this up. I've kind of already pre-opened it here, but it's one that I've got here, and you can see right there it's one of these, and it's just a tyre pressure monitoring system. Essentially very easy to fit. You actually fit it, just one sensor on the cap there, you lock it off with a locking nut, you've got a little display that goes onto the top there, and then that's it. And then the pressure is sent from the sensor on your tyre to the display so you can monitor it. Why do you need it? So a lot of you would say, well, I don't need that. It's absolutely not. You know, I'll just, you know, check the tyre pressures, you know, before I ride, or once a week or whatever, I'll be absolutely fine. Or if I have a puncture, I have a puncture. There's nothing wrong with that, and you're absolutely right. There's nothing wrong with it. Why I actually got turned on to tyre pressure monitoring system, especially with my last bike, especially when I was doing a lot of trail riding, off-road riding, it was his ability to manage the tyre pressures, and also if I needed to change pressures for whatever reason, different riding conditions, different if I wanted to go riding longer distances and I wanted to try and manage tyre wear, that kind of thing. I could also manipulate it for temperature variations, all that kind of thing. But the biggest thing on these Harleys, and especially on my last bike as well, but these Harleys, they're running tubeless tyres. Tubeless tyres means that if you get a puncture, you can actually repair that on the side of the road with a plug. Okay, so you know, I've got some videos in the past of using that. You just put a plug in, there you go, with a bit of glue, re-inflate it, and away you go. Now the purpose of the plug is just really get you to a tyre changing place, and then you can change the tyre. The problem is you could have a puncture with a brand new tyre. So actually I've run tyres for 4,000 or 5,000 miles, no problems at all. But sometimes they can develop a little leak, a little slow puncture. So all you need to do is just reset it, re-glue it, put new cement in there, and it'll be absolutely fine. This tyre pressure monitoring system helps you manage that. You can actually see, okay, right, I'm losing a bit of pressure here, I may need to pull over, I need to, you know, get onto a garage somewhere, you know, gas station, wherever, re-inflate the tyre, add a bit more. It might be one of those things where you think, actually, I need to take an inflator with me, put it in my panniers, whatever, just in case. You know, it's that kind of thing. So that's where the benefit, the real benefit of these comes in. Anyway, so basically I'm just going to show you how you fit them. If you want to use them, up to you. If you don't, it's up to you. But anyway, I'll leave the description in the description. I'll leave a link where I got this as well, but you can pick them up anywhere, okay? But I got it off eBay, but I say you can pick them up anywhere. There are different types, and there is another type that actually Bluetooths to your phone. The problem is you need to have the Bluetooth open, you need to have your phone active as well. So I would say get an independent system as opposed to one that links to your phone, but that's just me. But anyway, let's do this. Okay, so these are the tyre pressure sensors, this is the display, and this is just some of your mounting hardware. Actually, quite simple indeed. So these are the locking pins. This is what you drive onto the valve first of all, then you just screw this on, this tightens it up, that locks it off, bish bash bosh, done. So this is how you do it. You basically just take the cap off here, you put this locking nut on there, Then you take your sensor, make sure the sensor is the front one and it's already got a battery installed. You just put that on there until it's tight. And then what you do, you just get the locking nut, bring it all the way up, and you lock it off with a little spanner. Right. Done. Simples. Now just do the same for the rear. Okay, now we do the rear. Exactly the same process. Okay, so that's spot on. A little bit fiddly on the rear tyre, basically because you haven't got a lot of hand room because of the rear disc and everything. But actually, it's not that bad. Right, put the pannier back on. Okay, so basically you have two clamps, two ways to attach it to the handlebars. You can either have this contraption, which this slides onto, and it's very similar to a GoPro mount actually, and then you can use a 3M sticker to actually stick it onto whatever surface you want, whether you want it on the handlebar clamp mount, that kind of thing, the bracket mount, but actually I'm not sure I want it on there, and maybe I'm just going to have it on the left hand side, so I'm going to use this sort of Jubilee clip mount which comes through, and this other sort of secondary mount, so I'm going to use that instead. So basically what happens is this Jubilee clip here goes through that mount there like that. There we go. And you just put that back in there, screw it onto the handlebar, done. Right, let me do that now. Right, bit fiddly, but it's on there, right there. So basically that shouldn't interfere with the clutch cable. It should just be right on the left hand side. Let's see how it goes now. Okay, so this is the actual display. It's a waterproof one, which I thought would be the useful one to get. This is specifically for motorcycles as well, and it should just slide on. There we go. And it's locked in place. And I think you can agree, it's kind of in keeping with the bike as well, considering the fairing will be on there as well. Yeah, all right, let's get it working now. Okay, so I've got the manual here now. Just to turn it on, press and hold for more than 3 seconds. There we go, it's come on. Okay, so the display is actually on the handlebars here, and the sensors for both tyres are working. Now I must just say, in all honesty here, the front sensor wasn't working when I first got it. I've actually had to go and get another battery, and they're just little watch batteries, you can get them. You're going to have to replace them at some point, but actually on the packet of this it actually says they should be for 2 years. I'm not sure if it was just a duff connection or whatever, but anyway, it's working now, so that's good. Just another battery, but look, I got a spare battery, that's all that matters. But on here it actually says 32 psi for the front and 38. So really I just need to pump up the tyres a little bit now because they're cold. I haven't ridden the bike, so I'm going to do that and check if it changes the pressure reading. Also it gives you a temperature reading. So on this you can set the maximum and minimum pressure. You could also set up the like for an alert, you know, a warning, so it will say the pressure's too low or it's too high. Also the temperature, or the maximum temperature that you want to set it as well. And you can do that just by pressing the selector and then pressing the set button there. Very simple to do, but also now to turn it on, you should press and hold this button here for 3 seconds. To turn it off, you press and hold that for 6 seconds. So you really have to press it. It will go into a kind of a sleep mode when you're riding, so you need to just press that, and then it will light back up again. Right, so let me just go and inflate these tyres and see if if it will register on these sensors. Right. Okay, so I've just adjusted the pressure on the front tyre. Now I'm going to do it on the rear tyre. What a pain in the arse that was. Put the lock nut on, actually put the tyre sensor back on. It's actually easier from the other side actually. Right, let's go there, test this tyre pressure again. There we go. Right, so it's yeah, it's reading well, 35, 39, but you know, it's within plus or minus 1, which is the sensor. So there we go, that's it. I've got the tyre pressure monitoring on the bike. It's reading it correctly, so it's also measuring the temperature as well, which is really good. So if you're really in hot temperatures, you know, that's going to make a bit of difference as well. But anyway, look, let's just see how this works. I personally think it's a good thing to have on your bike. I certainly think it's a good thing to, you know, monitor your tyre pressures as you're going along. I think I like this system because it's all remote, and you know, it fits neatly onto the handlebars, and it's kind of, it blends in as well, this particular style. And you could also just take this away with you if you think that it's going to be stolen or something like that. You just unclip it there. If I just do that and pull it away, and then you can just take it away or lock it away in your panniers, whatever. But you know what, you know, that's entirely up to you whether you want to do, and it just clips back on there. So there you go. Right, so for now it's working fine. Let me just, what I'll do, I'll either do a live stream or include it in a live stream, or come back to it and review it afterwards. I've ridden a few miles with it and see what you think. But anyway, I'll leave the link in the description below for you. As I say, you know, it might have a little glitch on it in terms of the battery, but it should have come with a great battery. I'm going to keep it as a spare just in case. It might just have been a, you know, a little connection issue. But so I rubbed the battery in and out of the connection a few times, and that's when I got it to work. But actually, so far, works fine. And it'd be a good pressure monitor as you're riding along, especially if you've got a slow puncture, especially if you've plugged your tyre into tubeless tyres and you just want to monitor it as you go along, especially on those long journeys as well. So it's always a good thing. Anyway, hope you found this useful. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below. Check out the website RevelatorAlf.com for all that good stuff as well. And I'll catch you on the next video, well, very, very soon. Ta-da now.
RevelatorAlf.